A controversial new law in California is at the center of a brutal murder case. A couple was asleep in their bed when they were stabbed to death nearly 6 years ago now. A surprising tip led to the arrest of the then 15-year-old Daniel Marsh. He was convicted and sentenced to 52 years to life. Now, a new law might set this young man free when he turns 25. The family of his victims is determined to keep him behind bars. Erin Moriarty is following the case for this week's 48 Hours.
It was the most horrific, depraved murder I've ever seen.
Yolo County District Attorney Jeff Reisig says the stabbing deaths of Chip Northup and Claudia Maupin terrified the college town of Davis, California, especially when the killer seemed to vanish into thin air.
I was certain that they were going to find some forensic evidence in the crime scene. They found nothing.
The case went unsolved for 2 months, and then police got a tip from a teenager.
What are you reporting?
Double homicide.
His best friend, Daniel Marsh, was bragging about killing the couple. Investigators brought Marsh in.
You were there.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
Why is it ridiculous?
I'm a kid.
The high school student denied all knowledge of the murders.
I don't hurt people.
But after over 3 hours of questioning, the facade began to crumble. Marsh admitted that for years he had fantasized about killing.
Every time I look at someone, in my mind, I see flashes of images of me killing them.
The night of the murders, Marsh says he was hunting for someone to kill and came upon Chip and Claudia's open window.
I got a hole in the screen, climbed in through the back.
He calmly told investigators he enjoyed stabbing them.
I'm not gonna lie, it felt amazing.
And Daniel thought he'd get away with it, taping the bottom of his shoes so he wouldn't leave prints and wearing gloves. Hidden at his home, police found the knife he used.
I kept it as a souvenir.
Just 15 at the time of the murders, prosecutors charged Marsh as an adult. He was convicted and sentenced to 52 years to life. But just 4 years later, a new California law was passed to protect juveniles from being tried as adults. And that might set Marsh free on his 25th birthday. Defense expert psychiatrist Matthew Soulier believes Marsh deserves a second chance.
I don't think he's worth throwing away, in my opinion.
But Chip and Claudia's family is determined to do whatever they can to keep Marsh behind bars.
Erin, good morning. I see why the family's fighting so hard. His words are very chilling and disturbing.
I know.
For someone so young to have such evil thoughts.
Well, because he has actually been diagnosed as a psychopath. But the thing is, this was 6 years ago, and Daniel Marsh and his attorneys say he had an immature mind. He's now 21. He's changed.
So what happens now to determine whether he stays in prison or not?
Well, the big question is whether his case will fall under this new law. And the new law basically says anyone under the age of 16 can never be tried as an adult. And in most cases, I think that's probably right. But we've looked at, there are a handful of cases, including Daniel Marsh, that the big question is, can someone like that be rehabilitated?
Right.
I mean, if you're a psychopath and he scored one of the highest scores that the psychiatrist I spoke to had ever seen at that age, it's lack of empathy. It's psychological liars, pathological liars. Do you change even as you get older? He says he has.
Yeah, what evidence do they have, though, that he's changed? I'm still haunted by the words that it was amazing to kill someone that he doesn't even know.
And you haven't seen the entire confession. The entire confession, in fact, some of the cops who listened to it were damaged just by hearing his words without even seeing any of the pictures.
Wow. All right, Erin, thank you very much. You can see Erin's full report. It's called Portrait of a Killer on 48 Hours. That's tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, 9 Central, right here on CBS.